peeps, Chris Godinez, licensed professional counselor, also the host of We Need to Talk with Chris Godinez on every Sunday at noon, unless I say something else is going on, in which case there won't be a show. But today there is a show. So literally just ran in from the airport, brushed my hair, sat down. Hi, how are you? So this video is for educational and informational purposes only. If you feel you need a therapist, please go to Google, type in therapy, your city, Psychology Today will be on. Click on that and it will have all of the therapists in your area. The views and opinions stated herein are mine and mine alone. They do not represent the ACA, the APA, or any other damn therapist for that matter. Boom. Oh, whew. What a week. Okay, so just to fill you guys in on what we have been doing or what I have been doing, and John has been assisting. So last Saturday I had the book signings and the lecture was on Sunday in Smyrna, Georgia. It was awesome. Oh my God. I love Georgia. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. It rained. It was beautiful. It was green. It was moist. It was, oh God, I loved it. Anyway, fantastic food. We went to this place called Miss Mary Mac's Tea Room. If you have not been to Miss Mary Mac's Tea Room in Atlanta, Georgia, y'all got to go because it's amazing. It's the only place I've ever seen vegetables underneath vegetables was mac and cheese. I'm like, okay, my kind of place. All right, cool. Anyway, so that was that. So the exciting thing is that I went to the ACA conference and the new president is Gerard, I wish it was Butler, but it's Gerard Lawson. Gerard Lawson is the new president of the ACA. So he's the one that we have to start letting him know that we need to have the personality disorders included in the next DSM-5 and that we have got to stop coddling the group of abusers because it was really interesting to me. I went to several lectures on the different things that interest me, like, you know, trauma, abuse, etc., cyber stalking. And it was funny. They kept couching it. They kept hiding it. They wouldn't come straight out and say, yes, this is what narcissistically personality disorder people do. They wouldn't do it. So that says to me that they are still struggling with the terminology. And it says to me that they are still doing the political correctness, and that bullshit has got to stop. So we need to get a hold of Gerard Lawson. He is the president of the ACA. In fact, let me just show you his picture so you know what he looks like. He's a great guy. I actually like him a lot. He's got a task force actually on trauma, which is wonderful because we actually had a guy talk about CPTSD and named it CPTSD, not just PTSD, not just, you know, whatever. I mean, it was actually good. Oh, here he is. Gerard Lawson. That is the new president. So we need to get a hold of him. We need to bend his ear. So, okay. All right. So anyway, there were several lectures on abuse, on stalking, on cyberbullying, on workplace bullying, which is what I want to talk about today. And yeah, we got to stop coddling the abusers. I'm tired of it. I am sick and tired of it. It's like, why are they getting protected? What the fuck is going on with that bullshit? Oh, by the way, new cups. Hello, we need to talk. New cups. They will be available on Amazon. I have not put them up yet. Don't even start asking because they're not up yet. So I'm going to sell them for $15 plus shipping and handling, just in case you're wondering. And they're ginormous. So yay, coffee. Anyway, okay, so the ones that I went to, the lectures were really good. The problem of it was, though, is that they did not address who the abusers are. Now, granted, they talked about the victims, they talked about how you can help the victims, and that was great. The problem I had with most of the lectures, though, is that one of them was cyber sexual assault, an extension of gender-biased or gender-based violence and sexual trauma. That was a really good one. That was by Christine Nelson. So she's a really good researcher, and that was a really well done presentation. Again, the only problem of it was that they didn't address who the perpetrators are. So yes, they focus in on the victims, absolutely, but I'm tired of people just kind of skating over who the people who are doing this are. And they did the same thing in the bullying, the workplace bullying one, which really annoyed me. So the one that I found was really amazing, though, was Ryan. Let's see if I can find him over here. Here he is. Ryan T. Day is in Atlanta. Ryan T. Day, okay? He's amazing. He is a LPC who is a specialist in trauma, not just PTSD, but also CPTSD. So he has a clinic in Atlanta. So if you are in Georgia, if you are in the Atlanta area, I would recommend Ryan T. Day. Call him, call his clinic, get in with one of those people there. If you're having a hard time finding counselors in the Georgia area, that's your best bet, because he totally got the whole, complex trauma thing. And it wasn't just physical trauma, although he did talk a lot about the physical trauma, but he also addressed the emotional trauma. So for example, abusers who abuse it a different way every day, every day, every day. He got it. He totally got it. And I was like, thank you, Jesus. So that was awesome. So Ryan T. Day was really good. Then I had the, oh my goodness, there's so many good things that I took that was awesome. Reality therapy. I love reality therapy. I did a little thing on reality therapy, and that was a really well done lecture as well. It's basically helping us abuse targets, except what is, just going with what is. So that was really cool. Hi, Chris. I had been bullied in one of my first office jobs I worked at. Girl had the same name as me. She couldn't deal. Made my life hell awful. Finally quit as the boss was clueless. She is still bullying people. I have run into a girl who was crying due to the same bully. I found it interesting that when I finally started standing up to this bully, it got so much worse that I felt my only choice was to quit the job. Yes. And that's what I want to talk about. Thank you. Yes. So in this bullying one that I went to, so let me find her name because she was really good and she might be a good resource as well. Hang on half a second. This one was Saturdays, I think. There were so many classes. It was just really, and there were so many classes that I was actually interested in. That's what made me happy, because it's like sometimes you go to these conferences and it's like they have these classes where you're like, been there, done that, come on. It's like, let's talk about the real world here, not just academic bullshit. Okay, there was lots of good core healing trauma classes. Backstabbers, throat cutters, sabotage, oh my, bullying in the workplace. And this was presented by Marina Williams. Marina Williams, she is a researcher. I don't know that she's still seeing clients. She did talk about a few clients that she had, but it sounds to me like she's more interested in research. But here's what bothered me about this. It was a great presentation, do not get me wrong. What bothered me is that at the end, she had a list of often asked questions. And one of the often asked questions was, who's the perpetrator? Do these people who bully in the workplace have a personality disorder? She refused to answer it. And she said, oh, there's not enough statistics. Okay, I believe her on that, and here's the reason why. Narcissists and abusers don't want to be nailed for being narcissists and abusers. They want to be, they want their egos stroked, basically. So will they say that they're narcissistic? Yes. Yeah. Oh, yes, I'm narcissistic. Oh, yes, I'm the best that's ever been. Da, 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 da. They'll do that. But if they know somebody is doing something trying to look at bullying in the workplace, I'm not a bully. I don't do that. That's not me. Da, 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 and they'll refuse to participate. They will be non-compliant. So they don't go in for help. Abusers don't go in for help. Work bullies do not go in for help. And so, oh God, so much to tell you. Holy crap. Okay. So this woman was herself also bullied at work. So she had personal experience with it. And this is why I like counselors who have been there, done that. You don't have to have been there, done that to be a good counselor, but I'll tell you what, it does give you an edge over the ones that have never had issues, because you and I have been there and we fucking get it. So anyway, hang on just a second. So dehydrated. Okay. So, hello, Switzerland. What is my opinion about schema therapy? It's great. Schema therapy is good. I just am not trained in it, so I cannot tell you specifics as to what it does and how it works, because I've never had it either worked on me and I've never done it, so I don't know enough about it to tell you, but I have heard that it is very effective. It is very effective with personality disorders, but the most effective for personality disorders is DBT. For CPTSD, EMDR is really good, but schema therapy can also be good. But it's mostly EMDR, CBT, and DBT that help with PTSD. Wow, that's a lot of numbers and letters in one sentence. Okay, all right. Where was I? Okay, so she herself, Marina Williams, had also been bullied in a workplace. But when it came to the end of her lecture, she refused to say that it was narcissists that were doing this. And it was so blatantly obvious. If you know anything about narcissists, you're sitting there going, well, she's talking about a narcissistic personality disorder. Extremely low sense of self-esteem. They don't know who they are. They're very threatened by anybody that could possibly take over their spot. They are very territorial. They will do the whole nicey nice thing to try to draw you in the beginning and then ask all sorts of questions. Does this sound familiar to anybody? And then use it against you at a later date. They'll be running behind your back to go to the supervisor to get, a trust, their buddy on their side with you. And so they basically, oh God, okay, breathe, Chris, breathe. So as in a romantic relationship or in a toxic family, we don't have to have done anything, guys. They target us the second we walk through the door or the second we enter the world. They target us. Okay, you got to get it through your head. It's nothing you said. It's nothing you did. There's nothing you could do to change it. You couldn't disappear enough to make them stop. You couldn't twist yourself into a pretzel enough to make them stop. You couldn't buddy up with them to make them stop. I'm talking about workplace bullies mostly, but also romantic bullies. So these guys are all the same. These gals, because her bully was a female. So these people, and I use the term loosely when I'm talking about abusers, are all the same. They have the exact same playbook. So the second somebody walks into an office and the bully targets them, why? Because they're threatened by them. And they tend to target, oh, surprise, surprise, nice people. Nice people. People who are congenial, people who want other people to like them, people pleasers. They tend to go after the people pleasers. And they also tend to go after the ones who are very knowledgeable and know what they're doing. So they'll start testing the waters, and they'll do it by doing the buddy-buddy thing, trying to one of two ways. They'll either buddy-buddy you and try to suck you in and get you to, trust them, and then they in the back, or they immediately target you and they start talking, office gossip, office gossip, office gossip. Now, what is common in a romantic relationship and in a bullying situation is that the target of abuse assumes naively that everyone in the world thinks the way we do. We assume that people are good, kind, generous, honorable, trustworthy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then it turns out, oh shit, they're not. And they have no conscience. They have no conscience. None of them have a conscience. Get this through your head, guys. There is no there. Not with a romantic bully, not with an office bully, not with a toxic parent. There is no there. So yeah, early retirement, we're going to talk about that. So what the bully does is as soon as the threat walks into the office, boom, they're off and running and they're doing their game. They're doing that playbook that I talked about, right? So they're smearing, they're running behind the back, they're smearing, and they're going to a supervisor. Oh, well, they're not doing their work. Oh, well, they're not doing it right. They're not, they're da-da-da-da-da, whatever. Just setting it, they talk too much, they're too loud, they're too this, too that. And then if you confront them, they pull the whole, you're too sensitive, especially if it's a female with a male bully doing the whole, gender thing, like, oh, well, you're a woman, you're too sensitive. What? Fuck that shit. So the problem of it is that we wait too long. We wait too long. We keep hoping. We live in hope. Remember, the flip side of hope is despair. Tits up, despair. You know what I'm saying? It kills us. It does. So we keep hoping that the person is going to, oh, I could have had a V8. I should stop being an asshole. I should stop being a dick. I should stop being a cunt. That kind of thing. No, they don't do that, guys. They don't do that. They don't ever wake up and go, oh my God, I'm behaving like a heinous human being. What the fuck? They don't. They don't have a conscience. They don't have that remorse cog that normal, sane people have. Abusers don't have remorse. They don't feel bad. They don't fucking care. So the biggest mistake that's happening in offices across the country is that the target of abuse waits too long to go talk to another supervisor. And because here's the deal, guys. This bully has been bullying long before you got there, and they're going to be bullying long after you leave. And here's the reason why. It comes from the top down. It comes from the top down. Look at family systems. Offices are very much like families. And if you get into a good one, huzzah, Opa, that's awesome. It's a healthy, normal family. There'll be some spats, but things will get worked out and everything is dealt with fairly. If you get into a dysfunctional organization, just like a dysfunctional family, it's gonna be a madhouse. And you are gonna be sitting there going, what the actual fuck? The lunatics are running the asylum. Yes, they are. So it starts from the top down. And if this bully is in this organization